Aloha and welcome. I'm here with John Piero and Anne Marie today. We actually have something to discuss with you that's very important. Uh, Recently, people have come to us. We've been bombarded with messages on an opportunity here where it just doesn't seem to be happening the way that it's being presented. Some claims are being made that aren't being met, and when people try to address these claims with SSM, they're not getting a response. And I'm not going to tell the story because this is actually something that a lot of people are afraid to tell their story, but we have some courageous people here today that want to speak the truth. And we hope that by bringing people together and allowing them to tell their story, we've created a group below where if you tell your story, you can freely tell it and you won't be banned by the administration. And other people have asked us confidentially not to mention their names, but to tell their story as well, because they're afraid right now. And as we talk about this, then that fear will make sense on why people are afraid. So um, we want to be beacons of truth in this world. It's for online marketing. We want to bring integrity, and we want to present people with the truth and the right way to do things. And that's why we're here today, just to help our friends who have had problems reaching the administration to get paid. And we would like to maybe get their attention like coming together to resolve this issue. So actually, John, why don't you tell people what's happened to you, and Anne Marie's going to share her story, and we can actually explain what's been happening.
Sure. Well, Brian, thank you so much for doing this, because I got really upset this morning. I scheduled my first success coach call, and the system. Let's see. I guess it was last Wednesday after the training call, last Thursday, something like that. The webinar or the training call, and I got the emails that it's scheduled for Zoom on today, Tuesday morning, 8:30 p.m. or 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, and it was kind of funny because I woke up in the morning, and I got this message from the success coach, Hannaford, I think it was, and saying that she was changing it to Facebook Messenger. And I was like, well, it was supposed to be a Zoom call, and I wanted to do a face-to-face. And so it kind of struck me a little funny. And so, I'm responding to the email, saying to, that, well, we have to be connected. I'm not a friend of yours and so forth. Anyway, went back and forth. And then when it came down to, 8:30 a.m., she was trying to call me. She couldn't call me because we weren't friends. It kept hanging up on her. And we wasted a good probably 5-7 minutes trying to get connected into a 15-minute call, and then I apologized for all that, but it wasn't really my fault. But, then I went into, my experience of what's happened. I just signed up October 26th, 2 Mondays ago, and I've been trying to get started. I had my banner pretty much done, but I updated it. And, I tagged Melvin, my sponsor, and Amanda Wray. I don't think either one of them responded, but I did my banner. That's one of the tasks, one of the first tasks. And then Melvin, who does the onboarding, he happened to introduce me to some people. And it was really strange. I'm like, why would he introduce me to these people? Because next thing I know, they're complaining to me about not getting paid. And I said, what? What are you talking about? And here I am talking to friends who have never been in the online space before. And I'm saying, there's this awesome programs, SSM, Successful Solution Method, where you get paid for doing tasks, for doing the money-making tasks, the things that you need to learn in order to recruit, make money and so forth online. And I said, it's excellent. It's awesome. Now here I am, new to the system, and I'm excited because I can help my friends. And, then I get this, we're not getting paid like in the last 3 or 4 weeks. And so I asked Melvin, I said, Melvin, what's going on? I don't understand. And he couldn't answer my questions. He said, he has a list of questions for Amanda Wray. Amanda would answer a couple of them, but then, a lot would go unanswered. And so he was kind of kept in the dark. And, and I said, Melvin, I said, something's rotten in Denmark here. I said, I think you got to be careful, I said, because you're the face here. You're the one that's doing the onboarding, and, you're my friend. I'm concerned. And geez, he came back like, now he's getting paid. He's made a few, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, whatever it is in the last couple of months or 3 months or whatever it is. So of course he's going to protect, the system himself and so forth. And I get that, but geez, I mean, if you're protecting something that's not working the way it's promoted, people aren't getting paid. That's your integrity. You have to, I told him, I said, you have to be able to walk away from the money. It can't be about the money. And sure enough, over the following week or so, Melvin ended up blocking me this past Saturday. And I was like, what are you doing? I'm not, he said he can't be around the negativity. And I said, negativity? I said, I'm just trying to get answers to my questions. The first time around when he couldn't answer me, well, I did what Amanda Wray says in the training and so forth, and in the Wednesday night webinars, where they're recruiting people to come into the program that aren't in the program yet, possibly. And she says, contact me, I'll answer your questions. So I contact her. It says to connect with her on Telegram. I did that. And the first time I sent a message, I congratulated her on her success and so forth. And she said, thank you. Just one, 2 words, thank you. And then, I don't know, either following that, I said, I'm involved with this worldwide limousine network that, my partner and I have. And when, the world gets back to traveling again, as you move from New York, JFK to around the world, I'd love to be able to take care of your, ground transportation needs. And she's like, perfect. That's great. I know she's busy. She's not going to get in conversation. She's got 1,800 people in the program or something like that now, And then I don't know if it was I can't prove any of this because, well, you'll hear what I'm about to say. I went on to ask her, if she's having issues with PayPal or something, and they were using PayPal for payment. And I'm like, anybody that's been in this space that's, does these programs, no, you don't use PayPal because they're going to freeze your funds sooner or later. When you get all this cash coming in, PayPal shuts you down. I've been involved with this space, just to build a little edification here. I've been in the space since 2006, spent 5 years through 2011. I know the game here. I left the space for 9 years. I came back in March, and it was just in the beginning of October where I decided I was going to move forward. So, here I am, building my business, looking for different offers. SSM was a perfect low entry program that could teach newbies and so forth. And so that was my plan. I wasn't intending to go out and flagrantly promote SSM like everybody's doing. It was just one of my offers. But, here I am asking Amanda Wray if, is she having issues or whatever, people aren't getting paid. And she just ignored me. And, if you know how to read the notifications on Telegram, it says when they read it, and you can see, you just hit it and it says read at 12:37 p.m. Well, here it is now. I don't remember, it was 6:36 or 8:36, still hadn't responded. So I sent her a message, please don't ignore me. I'm really concerned, because I can't promote this program. Next morning, still nothing. But then I'm talking to Melvin. He said, John, you can't do that. You're going to get booted out. The last guy that did this, he got booted out, which I come to find out that's not the case. But that's what he told me. And, he said, you can't do that. And it's like, Melvin, I'm just trying to get answers. I can't move forward unless I get my answers, So, fast forward now to today. I finally get to talk to a success coach because that's what I'm scheduled to do. And it just was not a good conversation. It got to the point where she was dismissing my concerns and just wanted to go on with her checklist, telling me that, her job is to go through her checklist. Her job's not to listen to my story, my stuff. And I'm like, look, you're a success coach. I need to be heard, and I'm not being heard. And I don't know what she said, but I just said, you know what? I'm not going to waste my 15 minutes on not being able to be heard. I said, so I'm going to hang up now, and, I'm going to reschedule my call. Click. I followed up with a text message to her, and at the bottom I said, please forward this to Amanda Wray. Amanda Wray tried getting a hold of me on Facebook Messenger, I guess it was. I was on the phone. I was on about an hour and 45-minute call. And as soon as I got off, I was going to respond to her, but I noticed, the three dots, like somebody's texting again. And I go, shoot, I better, message her and say, I'm on the phone. I'll be right with you. But no sooner than I was able to hit send on that, she hit send with a nasty message and then blocked me. So I couldn't respond. I'm like, wait a minute. This is crazy. Why am I being treated like this?
Hey, John, if I can interject for a second. Anne-Marie, I muted you because we're having some feedback and I can mute my microphone. So if you can unmute yourself, Anne-Marie, I think that's a good place for you. John, we'll hear more from you later, but Anne-Marie has a similar story here. So Anne-Marie, what happened with you? How did you get banned or blocked or not?
I don't think she was.
Wow. What happened with you here?
Hi, Brian. Hi, John. I was introduced to the business by a friend of mine in the UK, and I was seeing all these banners popping up on her Facebook page, and I was okay. Tell me more. Anyway, cut a long story short, I joined on the 21st of September as a bronze member, and then there were so many red flags that started to pop up and failed promises. I made my first commission on the 28th of September, okay? And I received my banner the following week after I requested it. And I'm thinking, this is strange. Normally, you receive your banners once you've made a commission sale. Anyhow, today I still haven't received any payment for that commission on the 28th of September. And then another commission sale was made on the 3rd of October, and I know the person personally because I recruited the person into SSM. And I never received a banner, and to date I still haven't received my payment for this transaction. And after going through the training videos and implementing everything that's taught, this is 2, 3, 4 weeks now, and I'm not getting paid. And my traffic is going sky high, it's going through the roof. My posting, I did a video on my storyline that hit 1.7K. My postings were hitting over 400. I mean, it was going crazy, and I was doing all the steps that they say that you must do and carry out. I was going through my SSM Facebook page, making the comments there, going on to the Telegram, attending the necessary webinar training sessions, and still no commissions or payments for carrying out the tasks. And I'm thinking to myself, this is very strange. Then I'm battling to also try and arrange a coaching session. And every time I go to the site, I can't book because it's down. Eventually, in absolute frustration, I got hold of Amanda. I sent her a message as well as an email, and I said, hey, listen, I can't, because this is the next step I need to take to go on to a coaching session. So she says, okay, I will organize one. So anyway, I had a coaching session set up with Hannaford Brown, and then my time arrived and nobody was calling me. Have I got my times right? Have I got my date right? I checked, everything's right. Nothing. Then I tried to call her. No response. I called her 4 times. She was late for my coaching session by 10 minutes. Anyway, the coaching session lasted 1 minute and she was cut off. And I'm thinking, where's she gone? Anyway, I kept on calling her back to see what happened. then she came back to me about 8 minutes later. She said, oh no, they had a power break in New York. I'm thinking, okay, right. Then I got to talk to her again. You know, we had to start off again. And I said to her, but Hannah, have you actually looked at my page? You know, no, she hasn't. She's going to go through it with me right now. And I'm thinking, oh, that's very unprofessional. You're going to have a coaching session with somebody. You go through their page, you make a note, etc., and then you discuss it. I mean, this is taking time now that you're going to have to go through my page first with me while we're on this session. Anyway, to cut a story short, our time was running out because we had another session. And my coaching session was cut way short to what I paid to have. Okay, so that was my disaster coach session.
Mm-hmm.
I've notified admin of not receiving payments, various emails, various text messages to the various people. I eventually reached out to Jay and said to him, you know, first of all, the reason why I reached out to him is because when I made a posting on Telegram asking people to boost, he says to me, hey, you can't boost it. You haven't reached your figures. I said, huh? And then I started screenshotting all my different posts and how much, you know, how many likes I've had, how many shares I've had. And I said to him, you know, what are you guys doing? I mean, I'm hitting some comments of 400 likes and about 100 comments, and I've got 1.7K on a live video story. And, you know, now I can't ask for boostings on Telegram. What the hell's going on? Actually, I also mentioned in a message to him that, you know, I'm worried. I'm very worried because I've made these sales and commissions, and I've had to post that I've received these commission payments, which isn't actually, it's a lie. Because why am I posting stuff that I haven't received any payment for? And then I also started noticing people posting that they've received payments, and they keep on reposting the same thing over and over and again. And I'm thinking, how? But you just reposted that, and you just posted that last week, the same post, basically, that you earned the commission. So that was another red flag for me. Anyway, as per Earl, he said he was going to send my concerns through to Monika. And this was sent through on, I think it was the 18th of October to Monika. And I explained the whole thing to Monika again. You know, I've made these commissions, I haven't been paid. And I didn't hear from her. I'm thinking, this is strange. You know, no comeback. Earl said he was going to contact her and tell her that I've got this problem. I followed up with a message. I still hadn't received any comeback from her. Then I got hold of Hannah because she was going through some personal problems. Her family member had passed away, so I didn't want to worry her. But because I wasn't getting any response from Monika, I eventually got back to her and I said, but what's happening? I'm not getting paid. Oh, no. She says, we're no longer using PayPal. I said, huh? Nothing's been mentioned in any of the coaching sessions. Nothing's put up on your system, on your back office, that you no longer use PayPal. No, you've got to use transfer wires. So, well, okay. So anyway, I went through the whole process of setting up my transfer wires, and I gave her all the details, etc. And this was on I think the 18th of October. I sent all my details through to her. And I didn't hear it back from her, nothing. And then again, I started asking people in SSM. I've got some friends that are in with SSM. And they said, yeah, they've been posting banners and they're not receiving payment. I mean, I know personally 5 friends that are on SSM that haven't received payment or have received some payments, but not all their payments. So, all these red flags are popping up, and and I'm thinking, this is a legit business.
Yeah, people are afraid. People are afraid to speak up, I think, and it's rightfully so, because I know one gal, she went, had borrowed money from her mom and went up to $1,000, and she's afraid to say anything because she owes her mom the money, and if she's booted out, she feels like she's lost money, and that's terrible.
I know, because I said to Monika, because she says to me, I said to her, why are members not being paid? I said, I'm not the only one that has this issue. Then she sends me a message. She says, I haven't heard of anyone else not receiving their payouts ever, she says to me. If they didn't, then it's because they didn't reach out for direction to TransferWise. Excuse me, how do you know this when you haven't even advertised it or made it known in webinars? So, these people that I'm talking about, I personally know that have received payments and that have personally spoken to Monika. And then she turns around and says, I haven't heard of anyone else not receiving payouts.
Yeah, that's terrible. And I've had people say to me that, I know at least 3 or 4 other people that have told me that they're not getting paid, and they're asking them, are you getting paid? And, so the chatter just starts and so forth. That's terrible. For me, I don't. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, John. You know what really irks me? I've got my reputation. Okay,
Right.
I am posting banners to say I've earned XXX. Okay,
Exactly.
and it's my reputation, and I'm not getting the money.
Right.
And as a marketer, your reputation must be up there, or else people start to think that you're a fraudster. And as far as I'm concerned, SSM is fraudsters. That's all they are.
Well, the people that are getting paid are getting paid. So of course, how would they know any different? The only way they're going to know any different is if they literally, talk to people. But, when the hard question's being asked and you end up being, blocked, well, how are you supposed to have that conversation? And that's really what happened with me. Amanda turned around when I, said to her the next morning, when I realized she didn't even respond, I just typed HMMMM. Right? And next thing I know, my conversation was deleted and I was blocked. And so I relayed that to Jennifer today. And the funny thing is that I went on to Telegram today and I see Amanda Wray's name. And I go, wait a minute. I typed in, sure enough, I can connect with Amanda Wray now. Well, I'll tell you what. Her name wasn't coming up after my conversation was gone. She deleted me. She blocked me. So I couldn't have access to that conversation. And now she turned around and let me back in. Okay. This is, I'm going to read this conversation. Where is it? Right here.
We can see that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is from Amanda Wray this morning at 9:20 a.m. after Hannaford sent Amanda my text. She says, good morning. Yeah. Now, I specifically did not respond at that moment because I was on a phone call. And I was going to respond. I said this a little earlier. When I didn't respond, she turns around and says, I just don't rush. That's the beauty of working for yourself. You lied on me to Hannaford. I lied to her on Hannaford. I said the only thing she could have said is what I said is that she blocked me on Telegram. She did. But of course, the conversation's gone, so I can't prove any of it, okay? And then she goes on to say, it's very clear you have mental health disability and you're being very rude and arrogant towards the success coaches. We don't work on John Pirro time. You were issued a full refund. Have a good day.
And John,
I was given a refund.
Can I add something here, John?
Yes, by all means.
And it goes to Anne-Marie's point as well. And I think the thing that people, especially younger people to the internet, people who are newer to this space, I've been around for close to 20 years online, and I've seen so many times, and this is actually why we're here today, is you really have to be careful about your reputation, as Anne-Marie was saying. And the deception here, it seems to be deception. I mean, we're also doing this to maybe get the management's attention to handle this more properly.
Exactly.
If they could show that they want to solve the problem, this is all still fixable. But they're showing this lack. They're basically attacking people who are asking. And the deception is that they're actually saying that you've earned a commission and then making you post a banner saying you've been paid to get the commission. So they're actually getting people in on a fraud, like unknowingly. And even though you may be innocent, not knowing that that's happening, I mean, other people who were recruited by you or saw you posting this, I mean, that will leave a bad taste in their mouth. It's very hard to correct a bad reputation online because there will be a permanent record of you saying this is legitimate, this is honest, this is real. So we're just wanting to warn people that, you know, once you're aware of the fact that people aren't getting paid, you really cannot maintain a good reputation.
Yeah. And you know, go ahead.
And Anne-Marie, if you're able to find that recording of when you reached out asking for the payment methods, if you're able to play that, I think we'll be able to hear it. Just to see this thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that at the moment, so I'm wondering if sorry, I just hold on. I don't know if you're going to hear it. I've just got to play it through.
I just was just going to interject and say, you know, Brian, I mean, they have such a great system. They really, really do. But it's just the way things are being handled. And, you know, if, like I wanted to say to Amanda, if I was able to get in a conversation with her, I'm trying to help her, okay? And, you know, because I understand this stuff, okay? And I wanted to say, listen, if you're having trouble with PayPal, you're having trouble with calculating the tasks and what it's worth and how much people are supposed to be paid and so forth, come out, be transparent, talk to your membership. Tell them what your problems are, so at least you know people understand. Don't hide behind the computer and just push everything off on your success coaches, and then they not be able to give answers. I mean, it's just not right. So I feel bad for Amanda and the whole system, and all the success coaches. But I mean, if this is the way a new person, 2 weeks I've been in. If this is where I'm going to be, how am I supposed to promote this? Platform? I can't.
And you can until you get paid. And unfortunately, they don't seem to be making an effort to rectify the situation. That's the problem.
Yeah, I've done 6 or 7 tasks. I'm not expecting to get paid until I, finish going through the training and things like that. So I'm not necessarily looking for payment, but I am taking note and doing a calendar of all my tasks. I mean, that's what I was told. You get paid for doing tasks.
Looks like you have the message ready, Anne-Marie. Did you have it?
Yes. I do have a message from Monika because, I was reaching out. I want to get paid, and I'm getting more and more frustrated. And then I've got this very attacking message. I'm not too sure if you can hear it, but I'm going to play it now from Monika.
This is so unprofessional. I can't even believe it. This is the options. TransferWise and Stripe. I don't know what else to tell you. PayPal is not an available option anymore. I'm not sure what to tell you. Instead of attacking Amanda, why don't you try to come up with a solution that you could present?
Why are you supposed to come up with a solution?
Right.
Exactly. I
Isn't
just
it
want
their
my
responsibility
payment.
to get you paid?
Yeah, exactly.
It's an attack to request money that you're owed that they said they would pay you. I mean, this is the problem, guys. And I just want to point out that many people are unaware. You meet people on Facebook. No one Googles this. I'm going to post a link below this video. Apparently, this isn't the first time that Amanda's been involved in a Ponzi scheme. I'll show you the link. I mean, we didn't create the story. She seems to have been an apprentice to a woman who's run similar scams in the past, and now it seems to be that she's doing. It looks similar on the surface, so I hate to say it, but unfortunately, many people don't even do any due diligence or research. They just assume that it's legit because you're talking to people live. But
and she puts on a good face on those webinars.
Actually, evidence on the internet already that this might be not as legitimate as you maybe think.
Sorry, Brian, I've got a real problem with the traffic that you have to purchase.
Oh my gosh.
Because, it's all your work and you've got to pay for your traffic that you've created.
$250 for 14 days to be on a whatever.
Can you explain more about that, Anne-Marie? What is this traffic? And did they tell you this when you signed up, or is this like something that they hit you with?
It's one of the requirements after you've done your training. You need to buy traffic because they give you some traffic in the beginning when you sign up. And then they say that you need to buy some more traffic. And I couldn't understand. And I thought, no, I'm not buying anything until payments.
I've got to say,
yeah.
I think it's been changed because I was in the back office today, and it does say that you're not required to buy the traffic, okay? But I think that that's the way it started out, okay? Now it says you don't have to. I told Melvin when I first saw that, I said, Melvin, I'm not going to pay $250 for traffic. I said, I have plenty of traffic of my own. And I said, the way I'm using this is I don't need that.
And with 1,700 views and 400 likes and comments, and like, why is there a need to buy traffic? I thought this was an organic method. And is that being bought? Is there a proof that that's actually happening?
Right. Well, I personally feel like if you buy the traffic, what you're doing is you're putting a deposit in for the task that you're doing, and then you'll get paid. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but I'll tell you what, Brian, how much does traffic cost? Times $250 times how many?
There should be millions.
On top of it, I'm going to say, if Amanda Wray was in this for the people, she wouldn't be requiring, I don't know if it's requiring, but she wouldn't be selling banners for $150. I'm like, $50, you can get them done on Fiverr. She's
$20 on Fiverr.
Yeah. Fiverr, or one of the guys in India or whatever. I mean, $50, $85 is even expensive. $150. What?
Yeah, and I connected with a lady that's on another platform that's doing extremely well and getting your 3,000, 2,000 commission. And I said to her, but you were with SSM. Why are you now on this new platform? She said to me, okay, the training is great and everything, but I received $3,000 in commissions and earnings with SSM. But out of that $3,000, I paid out $2,500.
Oh my gosh.
In traffic and buying myself up. So in the end, I called it quits. And I came up with $500.
So they give you back 80% of what you spend on traffic is what it seems like in that situation.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and buying yourself up into diamond or whatever it is.
Meanwhile, Amanda Wray's running off into the sunset with all that cash.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you, Amanda. Good for you. Congratulations. Christmas.
And what we haven't discussed yet is tell us about the other people, because it's not just John and Anne-Marie here. We have messenger conversations that have hundreds of
There's
comments.
at least 10 people that I know. And I will tell you.
I've got a guy in Taiwan.
I have about 500 names of people in the program that I will contact, and I will ask the hard questions, because I'm furious. The way they treated me was not fair. And, you got to live in your truth. And, the thing that I wanted to say is that, nobody wants to be involved with controversy, okay? But if I was going to just sit back and just kind of walk away, like I talked to, one guy that Melvin told me was thrown out and given his money back. I found out who that was. I contacted him. He wanted nothing to do with it. And he just wanted to, walk away and not be involved, because he knows that if you're involved with controversy, it's not good. Well, you know what? I don't care about that. I'm speaking my truth, and I will continue to do that. I'm a networker, and I communicate, connect with people. If I can help them, great. If I can't, I find out who can help them if they have needs. Most people have a need somewhere along their line, right? You just got to ask questions.
You have a responsibility once you know that things aren't the way they seem. I mean, for me personally, they just shared a video, someone that was, talking to us about this, of a guy he seems to be a blind gentleman, like a blind guy. And he's talking about, this opportunity. And that's heartbreaking to see someone who's already, has a raw deal in life, already has, looks like a lovely guy, but just seeing he has all this hope that, right. I don't know how likely it is that that's going to pay off. And I mean, just these are real people here. This is affecting lives. And, some
there's
people,
about 1,800 to 2,000 people in this program now, I understand.
so for people to lose $500 or $1,000 for some people, I mean, that's like they'll get depressed over this. Some people commit suicide over something like this. I mean, this is,
That's
like
right.
serious business,
Especially in these times, people are looking for solutions. They're looking for answers. People are broke.
Yeah.
Totally.
Especially people in programs like this.
Yeah.
And to take advantage of people.
$25.
Yeah, and to take advantage of people in this situation, it's sick. Yes, she's helping a lot of people, but that's just keeping her business going,
And then you upgrade.
How many people are out there that aren't getting those payments?
You keep leveling up. So all the money, start out of 125, you do the $125 Browns level training. Then if you upgrade to the 325 level, within 30 days, you just pay the difference. You do that training. And then from there, I think it's 500 and 1,000. I don't know if it goes to 2,000, but if you keep leveling up, you keep taking your commissions, that's going right into Amanda Wray's pocket. And meanwhile, people are working. And the reality is they really didn't make any money.
So
they're all to Amanda Wray.
They're paying the people who are willing to reinvest every penny, and then it looks like it's making money.
Right. And they're paying the success coaches and so forth. And Brian, I just wanted to say for the audience here, Brian is not involved. He happens to be my mentor, who I actually talked to, or actually he asked me a question about SSM, and that's how the conversation came up. I didn't say anything. You remember, Brian, you asked me a question, and I said, yeah, but this and the other thing happened. And he goes, yeah, as a matter of fact, I just heard that from someone else. And then we started talking about it. And you said to me, John, I think we really have a responsibility here to bring this to, the public or the people that are involved. And Brian, with his experience, Anne-Marie, he knows exactly how to, we're not doing this based on claims. We're doing this based on factual facts and experience and so forth. And, we really encourage everyone that is involved that has not been paid or has not been treated properly to please come forward. You do not have to, you can remain anonymous. And, it's the only thing that's going to bring justice to what's happening here. I really hope it doesn't get shut down, because it is a good system. And because, it is doing good things, but, a lot of the things we talked about just now, it's like, I think things need to change a little bit. And if they do change and everything, happens the way it's being promoted, then God bless Amanda Wray. But otherwise, God deserves a descent upon her and everybody that is involved.
And to be fair to Amanda, so if she's watching this or if her people are watching this, we basically just want to contact her and if she's afraid that, okay, her system's broken and just the management's overwhelmed, I would say, Amanda, the best thing you can do is to come forward and be honest, and you'll have the forgiveness of everyone here. If you just express that you are trying, everyone can understand if things need to be manually approved, the system could be backed up. Reach out to me. I will help you organize this to fix it and deal with the people fairly. But what we can't have happen is to run and hide and pretend like something is not.
And block people.
And
that get started.
That's not a good response. And
they brought it on them. They brought this on themselves, Brian.
Yeah.
All I did was ask questions and then block, refunded money. What, you think I'm not going to say anything? What, are you out of your mind? You don't know who you're talking to, buddy.
John, you're not the only person that has been blocked. I've had 2 or 3 friends that have been blocked and not even got their money back.
Right.
That's the problem.
If you're ethical, you're transparent and so forth, you have nothing to worry about. And that's always been my thing, dating back to when I started doing videos in 2008. People would say to me, they'd say, you can see in your videos, you're an honest guy. And I'm like, well, yeah.
If you explain to people legitimately, here's my problem, we're stuck, we're growing too fast. People will understand. You'll be surprised at what they'll be willing to understand and forgive and be patient with.
Exactly right.
Absolutely.
So to
Brian,
John,
what's that?
Sorry.
I was just going to say thank you for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome, John. And this is really just this needed to get out there because, as John was mentioning it for the first time, people I didn't even know were starting to tell me hey, is this SSM legit? I'm not getting paid. And then the way I look at this is if it comes into your awareness, now you're responsible because you
Exactly.
can't look the other way when it's wrong happens.
I even then went on to Google and started searching to see if anybody was saying that SSM was a scam. There has been some content put out there about the traffic that's not, how would you put it, kosher. And we've had a success coach that's pulled out because of it, and something that he did bring up for Amanda's attention, and he was a brilliant success coach.
He said to me that he left because he felt things were shady.
Yeah.
That's interesting, right?
Very interesting.
So,
another red flag.
Exactly.
So lots of red flags. Okay, so I just want to give people here what you can do about this. Okay, so our main number one thing we're trying to do is to reach out to Amanda and give her one last chance to make this right. We will personally support her in getting this message to the people. If she doesn't, Amanda, if you don't know what to do, I am someone who can help you. John's willing to help you. We have people that can actually help you. Like, we create systems. We can actually fix this for you, working with you, if that's your real intention. And we will back you and support you in doing that. Because we would love to see people to get what's fairly theirs, and to see you, Amanda, like, you have a really awesome business here that could be something legitimately run that could benefit you. We acknowledge that. However, if that's not your true intention, then we are building a platform so that people can tell their story. And here's how we're doing that. There's a Facebook group. This video is going out to a few different channels. So look for the link to the Facebook group below the video. Now, this is a private group. You can talk freely in there without anyone publicly seeing your post. You can tell your stories and you can connect with people openly and honestly about their results and see if they're getting paid or not. Now, if you want to do that anonymously, we can take screenshots and we'll actually be adding them to a web page, blocking your name out, keeping you anonymous, and that will just be publicly visible on a web page, and you'll have that link. And one thing that you can do with that link to get the truth out is all of these posts that you've been making to promote SSM, putting up these banners and not getting paid, you could drop that link in all of the comments on your page to let people know. Say, look, I haven't been paid. We're trying to get a hold of the management to get paid. And that's a way for you to ethically undo, like, when people find your old posts after this is acknowledged that this is not legitimate, they're going to wonder, like, oh, you were promoting it. You actually need to correct that. So all of your old posts, if you put a new comment in old posts, it will let everyone know who's following that thread. And that's something that Amanda cannot block, I believe. So drop the link to this webpage in every single post that you've promoted on your page about SSM, and let people make up their own mind. They'll come to the group, they can share their story, and we'll be updating that webpage. And if you want to submit videos, we'll actually be adding them to the webpage to just have one place where people can freely get the truth. And again, I reiterate, if Amanda, reach out to Amanda the best you can, and you'll see for yourself. Like, try to contact her personally as well and say, look, I've heard several people that aren't getting paid. I would like to know if I can get paid, and report. If she blocks you, then come tell the group, and let's just be open about what's actually happening.
Right.
And
Brian, thanks so much again. I really appreciate
Thanks, Brian.
This platform.
Thanks, John.
You're
welcome.
And one other thing. So with the people who, there's this training, and if you're thinking that, okay, like, this is all I know about marketing and this is how I have to operate to make a business, I want you to know that when you join this group to tell your story, we're actually going to provide a free training, not to recruit you into any program, but to show you where to pick up the pieces and how to be operating legitimately, like how to find a good opportunity and how to spot all these warning signs. And I'll be honest, we're not trying to recruit you to do anything.
And the whole thing is that, if you're having trouble, recruiting people, making direct sales, high ticket affiliate marketing sales and so forth, if you're having trouble doing that, just because you find another opportunity doesn't mean you're going to be able to sell that one either. You need to learn how to market, how to attract your audience, how to bring people to you, so then they'll listen to you and you develop those relationships. Once you have that relationship, people want to work with you. I know for myself, Melvin's a great example. He was helping me so much, wasn't trying to sell me on anything. And I'm like, Melvin, I want to join SSM just so you can make money from me.
Yeah. So John and I and Anne Marie and some of the other, our private mastermind group, other top marketers that we're working with, we're going to provide some free training just to help you pick up the pieces and recover what you've lost, if that is what's actually happening. So we just want you to know that you have support. You have real people who care about you, who want to help you out of this mess. And, there's a lot of emotional fallout, and, you're going to need people to talk to. So I don't want anyone feeling cornered, feeling like this is the end of the world. You can take this and transform it into a good thing.
And you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Exactly.
And this is what you need. You need a community. And there's a community here that, there's no money exchange. It's all value. It's all information, and, you can go off and do whatever you want, but at least you have a place, a safe haven to come to, and don't feel like you're going to be attacked and, and slammed with, because you have to. Oh, no, Brian, aren't you going to make those banners so we can kind of promote this?
No bad.
Well, of course.
The way we teach it is go out and help people and make friends, and you'll have a thriving business. And that's what Anne Marie and John are doing. That's what I'm doing. That's what all the people we work with is really just help people move forward in life in various ways. And that's how you build your business, not by trying to squeeze value out of people and deceive them. That's not the right way to do it.
No.
Absolutely.
Thanks again,
Thank
Brian.
you.
Well,
Thanks,
thank you,
Brian.
guys.
Thanks, John.
All right. Aloha. We look forward to hearing your stories, anyone who's watching this.
All right, click that link below.
Click the link below.
Click it.
We'll be in there.
Excellent.
All right.